All right, you know the drill. You pick up your phone thinking, I'll just check for 2 minutes. And then you look up, and 47 minutes have vanished. You weren't even looking for anything. If you've ever felt kind of foggy and drained after one of those sessions but still weirdly wanted to keep going, yeah, that's not an accident. This isn't about you being weak, it's about a system that is built from the ground up to play your brain.
And this quote just nails it, right? It perfectly captures the problem. We think this is a battle of self-control, like we just need to try harder. But we're not playing on a level field. We're up against something way more sophisticated, a system designed to just bypass your willpower altogether. And once you see how it works, you'll never look at your phone the same way again.
So, where does this all start? How does the trap actually spring shut? Well, it all begins with this incredibly powerful, almost magical feeling, the lure of maybe. This is the first layer of the onion, and it's all about how scrolling hijacks our brain's most ancient reward systems.
Now see, this is the part that flips everything we think we know on its head. The reason you can't stop isn't because the content you're seeing is so amazing. It's because your brain is totally convinced that the next thing you see is going to be the amazing one. You are always on the verge of finding something great.
And this comparison just breaks it down perfectly. Think about a deeply satisfying thing, like a great meal. It gives you closure. You're done. You stop. But something that's only almost satisfying, that keeps you searching. It doesn't fill a need, it actually creates a new one. And it powers that little voice in your head that whispers, come on, just one more.
And that brings us to the perfect metaphor for what's happening. Every single time you swipe your thumb, it's like pulling the lever on a slot machine. Swipe, nothing. Swipe, kinda interesting. Swipe, boring. And then, bam! Jackpot. You hit a hilarious video, a shocking opinion, a post that makes you feel totally seen. Your brain lights up. Not because every pull was a winner, but because it knows a win is always possible.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual neuroscience behind this, because this is where we need to fix a really common misunderstanding about a very famous chemical in our brains, dopamine. And this is so important. Dopamine isn't just about feeling good. It's not the pleasure chemical. It's the chemical of motivation, of seeking, of anticipation. It's a little kick your brain gives you that says, hey, keep hunting. The good stuff might be right around the corner.
So get this. The dopamine spike doesn't happen when you find the cool thing. It spikes before you find it. It's triggered by novelty, by uncertainty, by the feeling of the hunt itself. That means the most addictive part of scrolling isn't actually finding the perfect video. It's the search for it. It's the chase. And that's why you can scroll for an hour and feel like you got nothing out of it, because your brain was hunting, not feasting.
I mean, this quote is just perfect, isn't it? It captures that feeling so well. The algorithm keeps dangling this perfect carrot in front of you. It keeps you in this state of constant, unfulfilled hope. You keep thinking, the good part's coming, it's coming, and it gives you just enough to keep you on the hook without ever really satisfying you.
Okay, so we've looked inside our own heads, at our brain chemistry. Now let's look at the outside world, at the technology itself, because this is where the design gets, well, truly insidious. We're in an environment that has absolutely no brakes.
Just think about it for a second. With older media, a book has a chapter ending. A newspaper has the end of an article. A TV show has credits. These are all natural stopping points, little moments where your brain gets to pause and ask, hey, do I want to keep going? Infinite scroll just erases that moment entirely. There's no end, there's no friction, there's no decision point required.
And this taps into a really fundamental quirk of how we're wired. Once we're already doing something, it's incredibly hard to stop. So by getting rid of all those stop signals, these apps shift our behavior from something intentional to something totally automatic. You're not choosing to watch the next video anymore, you're just continuing the motion. You're just being carried along by the current. And while you're just floating along, the machine is watching. It's studying you. This is not a neutral feed of content. Every extra second you hesitate on a post, every video you watch twice, that's a data point. The algorithm gets scarily good at learning your specific emotional soft spots, and it fine-tunes a feed designed to keep you, specifically you, hooked. So, okay, what's the real cost here? What's the price we're paying for getting caught in this loop? Let's connect all these mechanics to the real-world consequences, because the price we pay is with our attention, our time, and, honestly, our emotional state.
And this is a really big one. We tend to think we scroll because we're lazy or just bored, but a lot of the time, we're actually scrolling to numb an uncomfortable feeling. We're not always looking for entertainment. Sometimes we're just looking for an escape from what's waiting for us in the silence.
Feelings like stress, anxiety, or just plain old loneliness are incredibly powerful triggers, and your brain learns super fast that a quick scroll offers instant relief. Now, it's not solving the problem, of course, but it's a fast-acting numbing agent. It's like instant emotional anesthesia, and your brain files that away and says, hey, this is a useful tool for survival.
But here's the kicker. Here's the long-term price. Real life isn't optimized for you like your feed is. Real life has slow parts. It has waiting and effort and quiet. And when your brain gets rewired to expect constant, high-speed novelty every couple of seconds, the normal pace of life can start to feel unbearably slow and boring.
And this is what happens. These are the results. Your attention span doesn't just vanish into thin air. It gets retrained for a different environment. You know, modern addiction doesn't always look like some big dramatic thing. Sometimes it just looks like 1,000 tiny leaks in your ability to be present, to focus, and to find any kind of peace in the quiet.
So all of this, it brings us to one last really important question. For years, we've been told we have an attention problem, that we just need to be more disciplined. But what if that's not the real issue? What if what we really have is an environment problem? An environment that has been deliberately designed to shatter our attention. Now, seeing it that way isn't an excuse. It's the first step. Because once you can see the trap, you stop blaming yourself for falling into it. And that, right there, is where you start to take your power back.